All right, what's up, guys? I'm just here to complain right now. This is gonna mainly be a Sony video and everything they're doing that's extremely anti-consumer and just a big ol' F you to the face. I'm gonna try to keep it PG here in the beginning, but I'm definitely probably gonna end up cursing because I am really not happy about everything that's going on. Um, First of all, thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This is just going to be a big Sony rant. I'm going to slap up some Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay in the background because I recently got that on Steam when it was on sale. I completely missed the hype train when this game came out, and man, I have been loving it. I'm really disappointed that they're not doing any DLCs or anything like that. But man, this game is awesome. I can't believe I missed it for so long. I'll probably slap up a couple screenshots here and there for relevant stuff that I bring up, but all in all, this is just going to be a big Sony rant, so it might be a little bit all over the place, but yeah. So Sony recently has decided just to tell all of their consumers that you're nothing more than that. You're just a consumer. You're just a dirty little wallet that they're just going to scrape up off the ground and then toss away when you're empty. It is absolutely ridiculous how they're treating all of us that have supported them. And I say us because I've been a Sony, I don't want to say supporter because I've never been like, ooh, Sony, but like I had a hand-me-down PS2. That was like my first console other than the original Xbox. I got the PS3, I got the PS4, PS4 Pro, I got the PS5, and then I got the PS5 Pro. I mostly did that just by trading in the one that I had just to upgrade as we went, but nonetheless, other than my PC that I got around, I'd say just before the PS4 Pro time frame, I've pretty much always been a console player, and it's always been Sony. So seeing everything that they're doing is really irritating, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of like what they are doing, just because I'm definitely not the first person to be covering this or talking about it. But it is just so egregious that I feel like the more that we talk about it, we have to do our best to make it unavoidable. If you haven't seen Sony's, I think it's their CFO, their chief financial officer, recently when they did a like a financial analysis interview thing going over their stocks with their investors, they were like, oh, we're implementing this whole digital era cautiously. So if you didn't know, they've raised their prices, which part of that is just because of it's affecting everyone with the hardware problems going on with the Rampocalypse. But then on top of that, Sony is deciding to go diskless in 2028, which basically means you own nothing and you will be happy, which is horrible for everyone involved. Luckily, Sony still, at least you can console share or game share with one other friend that you have. They'll probably end up getting rid of that once they fully make this transition too, because you used to be able to console or game share with up to, I think it was like 4 people back in the day. But now they made it that you can only do it with one person because, you know, why not scrape everyone for more money? It's just ridiculous how they're doing it. Like, they want to completely take control and close off their ecosystem. Like, you can see I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 here on PC, and first of all, with Steam games, even though it's all, well, PC in general, even though it's all digital, there's plenty of ways, even within just Steam ecosystem, that you can download and obtain the raw files. And even if it's, like, obviously excluding if it's like, you know, Destiny 2 or like Helldivers, where it's an all online, the gameplay is built around being online. There's a lot of ways that you can play your games offline too. So you still technically own the files, even though you don't have like a disk drive. PS5, they have all their like authenticating licenses and stuff like that, where a lot of games, if you don't have an internet connection, you just straight up cannot play your games. It's horrible. Um, and I'm definitely part of that problem because I was one of the people that towards the end of PS3 probably I just started downloading stuff because a lot of people forget they incentivized it because the digital versions of games used to be cheaper than the physical versions. And I was one of the people that didn't read the terms and terms and conditions, terms of services, that you were just purchasing a license that was revocable. And I learned that the hard way because I remember on the PS3 I had The Hobbit, I think it was, the movie. And there was one day I went to watch it and it was just gone. And come to find out, recently they did that same thing, but like 500 different movies to people. And if that's not the biggest red flag about what they're trying to do with this whole digital only future, like, I don't know what else needs to be said. It's just extremely anti-consumer, anti-customer. It's just horrible. There's no other way to shake it. The players gain nothing from this all digital everything. Like, it's just bad all around. Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to think of any possible way. The only thing I can think is like the convenience of not having to go to the store. But that's also like, that's a double-ended sword because a lot of people, like the gamers, like the younger generation, on top of just getting straight priced out of this hobby, because apparently the PS6, especially with the hardware problems, is going to be upwards of $1,000, which I think is part of why they're not delaying it, because the PS5 generation has been just the generation of remakes. There's been like no, and I mean the Xbox too, this generation of consoles has just been the generation of remakes. Part of that is probably a little bit of creative bankruptcy on the people making the games. The other part of it is, I don't even know. Like, it's all they do is make remakes. Like, no one wants to take the risk to make a new title, and when they do, it's just this slop that absolutely flops after they spend $400 million on it. Like, I just don't get it. It makes no sense. Back to what I was saying, on top of getting priced out of it, you're just, like, I can't even imagine being, like, middle school, high school, and being like, oh, Mom, Dad, can I get the new PlayStation 6? And they're like, oh yeah, maybe. And then they're looking to get it for you for like Christmas or your birthday or something. And it's over $1,000. Like, bruh, no, you're getting the PS3. And even that's probably like $400 now because retro consoles have been going through the roof too. So it's like, what, you're gonna get a Switch Lite at best? Like, it's just ridiculous how everything has gone. It's insane, because at that point, if you're gonna get a PlayStation 6, you may as well just save up the extra couple months and try to get a PC, because despite all of the hardware problems with the prices, there still are fairly affordable, especially for the quality that they provide, pre-builts that you can get. Like, I know you can probably get, last time I looked, it was like around 1,300, so like just over $1,000, and you can get like a really good CPU, like a 5 series RTX graphics card. It only is the 8 gigabytes of VRAM, which can kind of suck. But again, it's perfectly fine if you're just trying not to run everything on max graphics too. That's the big thing. Like, and on top of all the freedom that you get having a PC over a console, it's just, you may as well just bite the bullet, wait a little bit longer, and then get a PC. And to mention that, the waiting a little bit longer, Sony definitely, I don't know if they told Rockstar this, and maybe there's a little bit of bad blood there with that now, but it seems like they waited for Rockstar to make their announcement of GTA 6 being digital only for them to shortly after be like, oh yeah, speaking of digital only, our whole ecosystem is deleting discs. And then just to slap you in their face, their follow-up tweet to them on their blog saying that they're going digital only was Sony pushing their vinyl record player. So Blu-ray is so expensive that it's obsolete, even though this company is pulling in record profits, but they can make a vinyl record player that's even more niche. So I don't know. I mean, it just really sucks because not only for even us established gamers, like I'm getting close to Unk. I'm 26. I am Unk. But especially like the younger generation too, it's like just getting straight priced out of the hobby. Because even when I was growing up, you know, I didn't grow up super rich or anything, so I was normally, at least for my beginning, like a generation behind. Like it took me a while to finally get the PS3, but then once I started working, I saved up my money and I could actually afford to at least help towards the price of getting like a PS4 and then eventually trading that in, buying my own PS4 Pro, etc. But it really is just sad to see how the gaming industry in general is going, but especially Sony, man. Like, this is just so egregious with how just in-your-face disrespectful, thinking that no one is going to have a problem with it, is how they're acting at least. But then at the same time, they say that they're implementing this cautiously. They also put all their employees on an extreme gag hold for social media as soon as they did this. So you knew it was going to be unpopular, but you're doing it anyway. And that's why you're getting sued in like 5 different countries for your monopoly practices. Like, it's honestly embarrassing. It's really sad. I hate to see it. Especially because a lot of my friends that I play with, they all only have a console. And I've been telling them for years to get into PC just so that, I mean, a lot of it was just for us to be able to play different games. But, man, now they're really kind of stuck. And that's what I was going to get into with my next point. People are trying to organize towards the end of this month in August to do like a Sony blackout. And I think that, you know, it's probably not going to do anything because even if everyone does it, Sony's going to do what they want to do anyway. You know, I would hope if everyone did it that it would change something, but I doubt it. They seem very firm in their stance on doing this. But asking people who only have a PlayStation console to take a week off and just not, that's a tall order. And hopefully people that do only have a PlayStation console are able to bite the bullet and, you know, participate in that for at least a couple days. But, I mean, for me, I have my PC, so I can easily not turn on my PlayStation. Like, that's no problem. Yeah, it's really tough, man. It's really tough.